Consider this another shot from the hip for today. Maybe I'm just getting to the point where I don't think I need to write things up before I actually go into these. Maybe I'm just getting lazy. I don't know. But something that I felt compelled to talk about is something that's really starting to shape my coconuts of late. And that's the whole idea that people are running around with the concept and spreading the idea that we're close to another civil war. No. Are we close to something happening? Are we close to there being some severe pushback and potentially some very real chaos here in the United States because of varying situations and circumstances that are going on? Yes. But civil war will not be it. And here's why. Okay? Firstly, back up and take a broad view picture of things. Okay? We have the gun grab going on. That almost everybody knows about. Okay? We've had the drums of war beating now for Iran, using the whole weapons of mass destruction bullshit lie that they tried to use and were successful with concerning Iraq. Then we have the stuff going on in Syria, which those watching my page on Facebook already know I've pretty much put that bullshit to rest because it's not what people think it is. So that's not working in their favor. And then now all of a sudden we got this North Korea stuff, which, by the way, could be a backdoor into Iran. But the reason why what's coming is not going to be a civil war is simply this. If something breaks loose here, we're not going to be up against our own troops. And all these little location things that they've got going on right now with Iran, Syria, and now North Korea, any one of those could be a potential conflict that winds up pulling the bulk of our troops out of here. Now, here's a thought. If you are in military high-ranking structure and you have inside information where your troops are not going to fire on civilians, but in all likelihood, if unrest came, those troops would be standing with the ones rising up against you, what are you going to do? I don't know. If it was me, I think I would be trying to put some things in place to make damn sure those extra troops that were going to be available to oppose me were as hell far away as they could be. Think about that for a minute. And for this simple reason alone is why I say, if shit breaks loose, it's not going to be a civil war. The other reason for that is because civil war is too recent in our history. There are far too many that know about it. They know the results of it. They know it was about brother against brother. And there's a hell of a lot of us in America that just do not want to see that happen again. And we're not going to fall for it. Okay? So, if shit breaks loose, firstly, Obama's already tried to sign executive orders in order to infringe gun rights. Okay? They haven't totally done and gone that route yet because they know we got a crap load of vets and we got a crap load of military people that are still here stateside at this point. That, if that happened and the people rose up, most of them would end up standing with the people. So, this is the reason, in my opinion, looking at the broad picture, why we got all this potential stuff going on. So that they can yank those troops out. So that they're not here to stand up with the people should this happen. Okay? What will happen once they accomplish that will not be our own. It will be NATO troops. Okay? And because it will be NATO troops, it will not be a civil war and it will not be our own. Why? Because NATO troops will be foreign troops. They will have no hesitation whatsoever to fire upon civilians. They just won't. Civilian uprising, because it's foreign people to them, they won't give a shit. They will follow orders. So, for those of you that are, running around the new Civil War, no. And I just told you why it won't be a civil war, and I just told you what it will wind up being. They're not going to chance our own troops because of our own troops looking at us and going, that's our own. We're not firing at that. And believe me, most of your military people, me being an ex-vet, I know why I signed up, and I know why I took the oath I took. And for a lot of military people, they are not going to be able to fire on civilians because the civilians are part of what they signed up to protect. And if they know why the civilians are rising up against their government because of the tyrannical situation we face, which I'm pretty sure they know, they're not going to fire on their own. Will there be some questionable in the ranks that will just follow orders? Yes, there will be. But my heart and what a veteran and what a military person is, and what I believe wholeheartedly most of them sign up for, they're not going to violate that. So, just something for you to take into consideration when everybody else is running around talking about Civil War. Think about it.